Today in New Orleans, they got a lot tougher on the holdouts.
Police department, everyone home!
Not only the flooded areas, but New Orleans' driest and wealthiest neighborhoods, too.
Police department!
The police and National Guard going street by street, house to house.
We need to make sure, too, that whenever we knock on doors, people refuse to leave. We need to make note, call it in.
They say there are no orders to use force, just strong persuasion, sometimes entering open houses with guns drawn, and instructions to disarm anyone inside.
You say guns will be taken?
And no one will be able to be armed. We will take all weapons.
Shalom and welcome to another installment of Elders of GMS, giving all praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Today's topic is going to be entitled Judgment Must Begin at the House of Israel. Okay? And we're going to read that scripture because judgment is going to take place in the house of Israel. There's going to be a lot of our people that's going to be destroyed. I don't know if you've been watching. We had a little semi-debate with Polite or Bro Polite, and Sarnetta was down there, and they had put it on video. You know, basically, they were trying to make us look bad because they put up the one about raping a little girl, and the video was put up, and you got all these jakes talking shit about us. But you know what? That's good that happened because them guys open us up to a bigger audience, and basically they're against us. So we brought out the word, and if you know, we're no longer responsible. The blood is not on our hands, but it's on your own hands. It's on you. So when the Most High destroy you, you can't say I didn't know. You know, if the truth was brought to me, I would have accepted it. Well, the truth has been brought to you, and the truth has been brought to Polite. And if he don't accept it, the Most High is going to destroy him. The truth has been brought to Sarnetta, and if he doesn't repent and accept it, he's going to be destroyed. And that goes for any of y'all, Moors, Muslims, what is that? The so-called Egyptians or Kemet people. There's only one truth, and that's what we're teaching, man. In the scriptures, that we're the Israelites. If you're teaching or you're believing in something else other than what we're teaching y'all, the Most High is going to destroy y'all, you all. And that goes for the men and the women and your children. That's why I entitled it what I entitled it. Judgment is definitely going to begin at the house of Israel. Read that again.
1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High.
Yeah, because we've been teaching this word. I've been in this thing going on 30 years. And we've been on YouTube since 2007. Almost 14. So in another couple of months, actually another 6 months or so, we'll be on YouTube for 7 years. So, I mean, everybody goes on YouTube, and everybody from one time to another had stumbled upon our videos. So the ones that accepted it and you set up camps and went out there teaching, you know, you can very well be a man of the Most High. But the ones of you that saw this and got into it and fell off, Most High going to destroy you. The ones of you that saw our videos and you got your own thing, and you ain't with what we're saying, and we're teaching the word of the Most High is speaking through us, then the Most High is going to destroy you. So I can clearly see that the majority of our people are going to be destroyed right here in America. Y'all think it's a joke. It ain't going to be a joke when the Most High shows his wrath on you before he gets these damn Edomites, these devils. Even these other Israelite groups going out there speaking their half-truths, the Most High is going to get them too. Go ahead.
It says, for the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? Wherefore let them that suffer according to the will of the Most High commit the keeping of their souls to him in well-doing as unto a faithful Creator.
Give me Isaiah 58:1, and then get me Amos 9 and 10. All right, go ahead.
Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. Yea, they seek me daily, and delight to know my ways, as a nation that did righteousness, and forsook not the ordinance of their power. It says, they ask of me the ordinance of justice, they take delight in approaching to the Most High. This is the book of Amos. So, because basically, you know, our job basically is to, like the scriptures say, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Israel their sins. No matter what you're calling yourself by, whatever religion or whatever ethnicity you're calling yourself by, if you're an Israelite, we're to go out there and to curse you out, basically, and to let you know that you're going off, and to let you know if you don't turn away and turn back to the Heavenly Father going to deal with you. You know, this is the book of Amos, chapter 9, and verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. And that's literal, you know, because right now, you know, for years, you know, we've been going all the way back to Abba Bivens and all the great men that have taught this truth from that point on. The word has been being taught. You know, it's been about roughly 40 odd years or so, and the word's been taught, and the Lord's been long suffering, and you people out there been making mockery of it. Just like when Noah was on the scene, you know, he was prophesying, telling people that there was going to be a flood, and people mocked him, they laughed at him, you know, while he was building the ark. And what happened? The day where the ark was built, and they went in with all the animals, and the door was shut. People wanted to run to get in, but it was too late. So that's going to be the same thing in this time. When that time comes for the Lord to bring his judgment, it's going to be too late. Because, like,
we ain't going to have no mercy on you niggas either, man. We ain't going to feel sorry for you, man. Like, you got these other Israelite groups talking about the GMS hates the 2/3. The 2/3 ain't the damn devils, man.
Yeah, they'll set you up, man. They'll kill you, you know, and feel no way about it. You know, you got these slimy, grimy ass people out here, man. You trying to defend these slimy ass people out here, man. They have nothing but intentions to they'll take you out if they have to. You know, if it's between them and you, who you think they're going? Oh, well, you my brother, you my peoples. I'm gonna they're gonna look out for this. They're gonna look to save their skanky ass hide. That's what they're gonna do. You know, that the scriptures say, trust not every brother. You know, for every brother will utterly supplant. The worst people you got to worry about is your own people. You know, they're the worst ones you got to worry about. What did Yahweh Shai said? He said that a man's foes are they of his own household. You know, so your own people will set you up and kill you.
I got a precept for you. This is the book of Jeremiah 5:26-29. It says, "For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap, they catch men. As a cage."
Like, for example, when they filmed us, Sarnetta filmed us for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and the first video he put up was the one about, and I seen this guy nudge him and say, ask him that question about the raping the girls and all that, and that's the first one that he put up. And then the second one that nigga put up was the one with do we deal with white women, you know? That's to make us look bad. But you know what? I'm not even mad at that. I'm not even mad at that, man. Because you know what? You open us to a bigger audience. And Paul said, therefore I magnify my office in Romans the 11th chapter. Well, our office has been magnified, man. We're speaking to a bigger audience now. And that new audience that we have, they set against us. But that's all right. Okay? That's all right, because guess what? You done condemn yourself.
Yeah, read on. It says, as a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. And just like Elder Tar said about Sarnetta, he came with deceit. All right? Yep. Therefore they are become great and waxen rich. They are waxen fat, they shine. Yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. Do you know who the wicked is? That's the so-called white man. He is the wicked. But basically the Lord is saying, with a capital D, but basically the Lord is saying that you niggas have become more wicked than the wicked. All right? And we're supposed to love you? They are waxen fat, they shine. Yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause of the fatherless. Yet they prosper. And the right of the needy do they not judge. Now here's the point, 29th verse. Shall I not visit for these things, saith the Lord? Shall not my soul be avenged on such a nation as this? So just like Elder Tar said, man, at the top of the lesson, what's getting ready to happen is a lot of mass death, man, a lot of mass destruction. I mean, it's going to be wild out here.
Everything is set in place, man.
Yeah.
For martial law.
Yeah.
Okay? This society's going down, and what do you think the Most High is going to do to you niggas that can't get it? He's going to do away with you.
That's right. Yeah, because to back him up, in the book of Isaiah, the 10th chapter, the Lord said He's going to number you. Well, and that's in Isaiah, the 65th chapter. Yeah. Okay. All right, let me.
All right, well, you get that. I'm finished reading this here. This is Amos chapter 9, verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. And that's what you think. See, you think because you say you don't believe what we're telling you, that you think that that's going to change something. That's not going to change anything. That's why Paul said, what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? Because what we're speaking, we're not speaking our words. We're speaking on the judgments of the Lord. So whether you believe it or you accept it or not, it's still going to come to pass. It's still going to happen. So you just basically willfully in denial. But so what? The scriptures say that you're willingly ignorant. You know, but the Lord is still going to open up His truth. He's still going to bring forth His judgments, and He's still going to judge you for what you're doing.
That's right. This is found in the book of Isaiah, the 65th chapter, the 11th verse. It says, but ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number.
Yeah, and that's talking about you guys in Egyptology, the Moors. It's talking about you that's into Islam, these different religions. And it's talking about you Israelites out there that know that you're Israelites that have sold out. You prepared a table for that troop because basically you're that Judas goat. You know, you took a payoff and you setting the people up to teach these different wayward doctrines, you know, so that the people can be confused and the so-called white men can come in there and easily grab them all up. Right. You know, you make them give you your social security number, their where they work at, their pay stubs and all this stuff, so you can keep track of them, their home, where they live. You know, so when the so-called white man comes down with that martial law, they know exactly where to go to get all these people. And then you're supposed to be trying to escape out the back door, but guess what? You're going to be caught up in that too.
Therefore, the 12th verse, therefore will I number you to the sword, which means
and that number is 2/3.
That's right. And you shall all bow down to the slaughter. And that's what we're telling you people, man, the sword and the slaughter, that's what's coming, right? Because when I called, you did not answer. And the Lord's way of calling is through us, you know? When you see the videos of us out there teaching, that's the Lord calling you. And then the Lord said, because when I called, you did not answer. When I spake, you did not hear. Because with whose words are we speaking? We're not speaking our words. We're speaking the words of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's His name. You did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. Therefore thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servant shall eat, but you shall be hungry. And that's what's coming, a famine. Behold, my servant shall drink, but you shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but you shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but you shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. And that's the time period we coming into.
That's right. That's right. Because
Yep.
when you go back 2,000 years, around the time when the Messiah was born, Yahweh Shai, who you ignorantly called Jesus, you people out there was a whole lot of rebellions. There was a whole lot of things that were happening, wars and different things that were happening. That then, when the Lord came on the scene, he was telling them what was about to go down. Basically, he was warning them. He said, look, when you see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then flee into the mountains. Because this is what was spoken of by the prophet Daniel. He spoke about when you see the abomination that maketh desolate stand in the place where it ought not, flee into the mountains. Why? Because that is the time where the judgment is coming that was spoken of by the ancient prophets. So what we're telling you right now is the things that we're telling you that's going to happen, they're going to happen. And you're seeing in plain sight that everything is set up. You know, everything is up. The concentration camps, you know, the different weapons that they have, you know, the different transportation modes and the guillotines and whatever else that they have to bring judgment upon you. It's all there. You know, it's all in black and white. You know, it's in commercials. I mean,
but those clowns don't see it, man. They study having debates. While you having debates, this devil's plotting against your ass, man. Hey, but anyway, I want to say this too. All you guys is pushing you mad at us because we hate the Africans. We're not Africans, man. And the Africans is our enemy. And they were the ones that had us in slavery back there. And they were the ones that were instrumental in selling us to the so-called white man. That's in the scriptures. And number two, you pushing that bullshit about your woman. You got to put your woman up as a god, as a queen. And that's all bull. You don't even believe that crap, man. Because if you really believe that, you believe in a concept known as polyandry. You know what polyandry is? Is where you got one, you have one dude, you know, like polite, he got more than one wife, right? He's supposed to have 4 wives, but he's saying that my wives are gods, they're queens. Well, if they're queens, it should be the other way around, right? Shouldn't you be one of many men that's popping this one woman because she's a queen? And you know what, man? We're gonna continue to get on this on this situation with Kemet and Egyptology and whatever other bullshit, and we're gonna break it down, man. We're gonna break all this down. We're gonna go to the foundation of this, and we're gonna break this whole thing up, okay? And get me cunningly. You got your thing, your Urim and Thummim. Get me cunningly and begin to the computer where it came from. Like here, you got an East Indian. All right, East Indian queen. Her name is Draupadi with her 5 husbands. And this goes back to Elam. Now, there's a reason why the Elamites ain't ruling the goddamn thing, man. And there's a reason why the Egyptians ain't ruling the goddamn thing. You niggas pushing that Egypt bullshit, man, and you haven't been back to Egypt, man. The best you can do is get on the plane, the white man's plane, all right? With the white man's money, and go to the white man's Egypt, because the people that are in the president's position is a puppet for the white man, man. When you go to them damn tourist attractions to look at the Sphinx or the pyramids, right down the street in walking distance, you got McDonald's, you got Burger King, you got KFC, you got the U.S. Embassy. And the people that are living in Egypt are nothing but a bunch of damn Arabs, man. You talking about going back to some goddamn Egypt. You ain't going back to no damn Egypt, man. That thing died with Marcus Garvey, man. And you know what the white man used to do to Marcus Garvey? He used to get ships. He used to buy it from the white man, but the white man used to give him a ship with holes in it, man. And he had nothing but trouble. The white man gave man. All that stuff that you in is bullshit. Egypt is dead and gone, and it's not coming back. You ain't going to build it up, all right? You ain't building it up, man. It's dead and it's gone, man. Anyway, I want to go. Hey, go ahead and read that. That's a go. Yeah. The white man can't even go to the bottom of the sea.
This is 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 16, and this is the reason. See, you don't think this stuff was going on back then? You don't think they were trying to bring up that same crap back then, Imhotep and then the serious...
Imhotep, according to the scholars, that's supposed to be Joseph. And what made Egypt great? Imhotep, Joseph, because he was the one that interpreted that dream that there was going to be 7 years of plenty, and that's in the Egyptian history. And then they didn't know that there was going to be 7 years of famine. So he told the Pharaoh that, man. And Imhotep was never a Pharaoh. He was always like the second in command under the Pharaoh, I believe, of Upper Egypt. I'm not an Egyptologist, okay? So don't quote me on it. But anyway, it says when you do the comparison, Imhotep lived to be 110. Joseph lived to be 110. All right? Imhotep had a dream or got a dream or interpreted a dream about 7 years of plenty and 7 years of famine. And Joseph did too. Okay? So the sun didn't make Egypt great. The Egyptians didn't make themselves great. It was Joseph, a Hebrew, that made Egypt great. And there was a Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, that raised up Egypt, and then the Most High brought it down, just like he's going to bring down America.
It says, for we have, 2 Peter 1:16, for we have not followed cunningly devised fables when we made known unto you the power and coming of our Lord Yahweh Shai, but were eyewitnesses of his majesty. You know, because you had the same thing going on back then, but back then it was mainly the fables of that Greek mythology that they were trying to incorporate with the Bible. Same thing they're doing today with the Egyptology, you know, and all them other different Sumerians and, you know.
And you know why you get a lot of people to follow y'all? Because I'm going to tell you like it is. Niggas don't research, man. They wait for somebody with a nice suit on and tell them a whole lot of shit and sell them books. And then you read the books and you don't even check the resources of where this guy got the information from, man.
So what we're gonna do is talk about. Wait a minute.
You got guys, you know, that speak eloquently, you know, that use all these big $5,000 words that the majority of the audience don't even know what you're saying, but it just sounds good.
Yeah, the debate that you have, the majority of the people up in there, man, are they on the level to debate with y'all? They're there to see a good show, man. That ain't nothing but entertainment, man. That's why we wouldn't get involved in that bullshit, man. Now, if you want to come down to the camp, you're going to say, oh, we're cowards. Nigga, we out there on the streets, man. You can come down anytime we out there on the streets.
When you out there was out there doing them debates or whatever, we was out there in the streets teaching. And men before us. This is in 2 Peter 1:16. This is the word cunningly devised, right? And this is what the Greek word for cunningly devised is. It's sophizo, right? The word sophizo means to make wise, teach, to become wise, to have understanding, to invent, play the sophist, to devise cleverly or cunningly. Now, I had looked this word up earlier, the word sophist, all right? Now, I don't want to look that up real quick because that was one of the definitions that they gave for the word sophizo, which is close to it, you know, and the word sophisto goes back to sophos, which means wisdom. But this particular wisdom or sophist that is talking about a group of Greek philosophers back in the 5th century BC, you know, that were good at speeches, giving different speeches, but when you go back into the foundation of what they were saying, it was empty in so many words. This is sophist. In the Free Dictionary, it says one skilled in elaborate and devious argumentation, because that's all it is devious argumentation. A scholar or thinker. Sophist, any of a group of professional 5th century BC Greek philosophers and teachers who speculated on theology. And that's what you guys are doing. You're speculating on theology. You're basing what you're, and all the records and information that you got from the white man. All them dates that you see.
Everything that you got, the Metu Neter, all right? The symbols on the wall back there in Egypt, the white man broke that down, man. You know, guys like Dr. Ben Yayakin, which, by the way, that's Hebrew. Dr. Yosef Ben Yayakim. Yosef is Hebrew for Yahweh, he will add. Ben meaning son of, and Yayakim meaning Jonathan, which means the gift. It's all Hebrew. If this guy is such a scholar of Egyptology, such a great black African teacher, why in the hell did he have an African name, man? Huh? You got this other guy, Ivan Van Sertima from Guyana. Now, when he was born and coming up, Guyana was under the rule of England. Then there was a point where Guyana received their independence. But guess what? He still kept his London citizenship. So where's his Guyanan pride at, man? And when he went to study what he knows, what he teaches, the books that he wrote on, he went to London to the certain universities out there to learn that. Look him up. Go to Ivan Van Sertima, all right? So everything that you got from the white man. This guy, they're always talking about the Schomburg Library. And they say he ain't no Puerto Rican. His mother's Puerto Rican. His father's a so-called Jew. German Jew. Was his name Antonio Alfonso Schomburg. Father's a German Jew.
All right, so this is
this. Y'all call him a brother. Y'all call Schomburg, that's a brother. Hey, that's a white man. That's a devil.
All right, I just want to finish this real quick. This is the second definition for sophist. Sophist, any of a group of professional 5th century BC Greek philosophers and teachers who speculate on theology, metaphysics, and the sciences, and who were later characterized by Plato, which was a black man, as superficial manipulators of rhetoric and dialect, of rhetoric and dialect. So basically, they were superficial manipulators because they were able to speak well, so they were able to do like a smoke and mirrors with their words, so to speak.
Yeah, that's why when you come up against guys like us, we question all that shit. Anything you bring, we're going to question. We're going to get the dates. We're going to get the information. We're going to go back to the sources and see if you made that shit up and where you actually got it from. You got Polite. He tells you that he came up under Dr. York. You know how many names Dr. York had through the years? And how many different philosophies? And this guy used to teach Dr. York, and he's locked up now, supposedly. He taught, because he started losing members, man. And he advertised that on Wednesday nights, the Archangel Michael is coming down to teach. And don't tell me that's bullshit, because I was around that era when that happened. I ran into niggas that went to the class thinking that they were going to actually see Michael the Archangel. I'm going back around the late 80s, early 90s. This one nigga went and he said, "Where's Michael?" He said, "Well, Michael's running late." You niggas are stupid as hell. All you got to do is come up with some bullshit, and you niggas that do not study, that do not research, you get had by these clowns, man. Like when you argue about the first book that came out in the Epic of Gilgamesh, and then you go into that's an actual book, the Epic of Gilgamesh. When you go into carbon dating 14. Now we did some research on carbon dating, or radio carbon dating 14, and people had tested it and said it's not accurate at all. If they can't get an accurate date, they'll make something up. That's what Esau is good at.
I got these three characters you mentioned. The first one is Ivan Van Sertima. It says he was a Guyanese-born professor of Africana studies at Rutgers University in the United States.
Oh, by the way, Rutgers is over there Newark, New Jersey. I've been past there many a times. It's the white man's school, okay? The white man's university.
Yeah, and he's a professor of Africana studies at Rutgers University. He's dead now. It says Van Sertima was born in Carina Village, Guyana, when Guyana was still a British colony. Just like Elatar said. He retained his British citizenship throughout his life. And by the way, the so-called white man, he's not...
Why did he do that? If he's so proud about Africa or so proud about Guyana, why did he maintain his British citizenship?
Yeah.
Because you niggas like to think that you part of something royal, man.
That's right.
And them people over there, the so-called Queen of England, that ain't the real queen, man. The royal people, the original royal people are black people, man. That's Israelites, man.
That's right. Yeah, and if you look at the word British, like the so-called white man have the nerve to bestow British citizenship, and he's not British. Because the term British means man of the covenant. The covenant man are the Israelites. All right? So it's not within his power to determine who's British and who's not. All right? Reading on, it says, he retained his British citizenship throughout his life. He completed primary and secondary school in Guyana, I guarantee you, which was controlled by the so-called white man.
Of course it was.
And started writing poetry.
Come on, man. Come on, poetry, man. Poetry, come on, man.
Poetry.
I don't like poetry, man. There's certain ones that if a woman says, I guess I can like it. You know? I mean, if I got with a woman and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to read you one of my poems. If I'm going to hit it, brother, go ahead and read your poem. Yeah. I'll clap too.
That's right. That's right. Hey, a lot of you niggas, you love that poet. They have that. They used to have a show, Deaf Poetry. A bunch of guys.
It's not on there no more.
Yeah, well,
because it was so damn successful, right?
Yeah, a bunch of guys get up and talk all this bullshit, all this psychobabble, and they call it
babble rhetoric and diatribes.
Exactly, and they call it poetry. Anyway, he attended the School of Oriental and African Studies. Oriental and African Studies. This guy was totally confused. At the at the University of London from 1959.
And I bet you the teachers were white.
Yeah.
They were white.
White, yeah.
You learned it from the white man. And like Polite said, where'd you learn? You learned that the white man gave you that Bible. Well, you know what? The white man gave this guy the Bible, what's his name? Nat Turner. Mm-hmm. Nat Turner did something good with that Bible.
That's right.
They made him a preacher, and the white slave master used to lend him out to other plantations to preach. Little did the white man know that he was setting up a damn, a rebellion. A rebellion.
Yeah, because Nat Turner knew the truth. He knew that the real people of the Bible was so-called black people. You know, Nat Turner wasn't your average so-called Negro, unlike you.
Yeah, but the Bible didn't enslave him.
Yeah.
They enslaved you with this Bible. It didn't enslave Nat Turner.
It freed him. If anything.
It didn't enslave the mind of Denmark Vesey.
Vesey, yeah.
Or Gabriel Prosser.
Yeah.
Okay, and it damn sure ain't enslaved my mind, man.
Yeah.
It liberated me, brother.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, brother. The Bible. That's right. The Bible made Nat Turner a great man, if you want to look at it, because so great that when they found Nat Turner, before they hung him, they had some guy come down and took an autobiography from him, took some statements from him, which that's the book Autobiography of Nat Turner came out of those statements. And the basic question they asked Nat Turner is, why did you do what you do or what you did? And Nat Turner said, I was called to be a prophet of the Lord.
I bet you read that out of the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said, I was called to be a prophet of the Lord. And he said something about when he saw the sign, and the sign would reveal what time he was about to strike and all of that. So, yeah, that's a good point. I got this guy, John Henry Clark. It says John Henry Clark was a Pan-Africanist American writer, historian, professor, and a pioneer in the creation of Africana studies and professional institutions in academia started in the late 1960s. He was a professor of African world history, and in 1969 founding chairman of the Department of Black and Puerto Rican Studies at Hunter College of the City University of New York. And as I'm reading this, you know what? All this is just nothing, just to get a check, you know, just to get a paycheck. You know, all these so-called fancy titles. He was getting into this stuff just to get a check, just to pay the bills, man. You know, all that shit didn't mean nothing. You know, the next one is Yosef ben Yayakin. It says...
Say it again. Yosef, Hebrew for Joseph. Ben, son of. All right? Yayakim, Jonathan. That's Hebrew. Hebrew. Not African, not Kemetic. Hebrew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if those guys would have came out...
This guy wasn't even an Israelite. He was an Ethiopian. His father was a Cushite, man.
Yep.
And his mother was an Ephraimite.
Yep, that's what it says here. Also known as Dr. Ben, is an African-American writer and historian. Ben Yayakin was born the only child of an Afro-Puerto Rican Jewish mother named Julia Mata and an Ethiopian father named Kristen Ben Yayakin in a Falasha community in Ethiopia. You know the word Falasha means false. These are the so-called Ethiopians that were claiming to be Jews.
Yeah, that's the reason why the so-called Jews over there in Israel let them in, because over here in the States, a lot of our people are waking up to the fact that we're Jews. So the so-called Jew can't really, he can't what's the word I'm looking for? He can't deny it. Right. So basically, he'll do the next best thing. He'll say, oh, yeah, they are black Jews, but these are them. Right. He's acknowledging that these particular Ethiopians, Cushites, are Jews, but he's saying that they're Falasha Jews. When you look up the word Falasha, it means to falsify or false Jews. He's saying that they're Jews, but he's saying you're false Jews.
Yeah.
So he is admitting that the Jews may be black, but when is a so-called Jew ever going to admit that the blacks in this country, so-called blacks, are the real Jews?
Yeah.
Huh?
So-called Negroes. Yeah, and basically he was educated in Puerto Rico, Brazil, Cuba, and Spain, earning degrees, which he got from the so-called white man.
I thought all the mystery scientists of Egypt was in Africa.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That wouldn't. None of those places are part of Egypt.
That's right. Yeah. He was educated.
He learned it from the white man.
That's right. That's right. He was educated in Puerto Rico, Brazil, Cuba.
What the hell do Puerto Ricans know about Egyptology? What the hell do Cubans know about Egyptology, man?
That's right.
Read on.
He was educated in Puerto Rico, Brazil, Cuba, and Spain.
What the hell does this Spain know about Egyptology, man?
Yeah.
Or Kemet?
Yeah.
Goddamn madness, man.
Yeah, confusion. Earning degrees in engineering and anthropology, which anthropology means the study of man. Which we know where that philosophy goes back to. The so-called white man. In 1938, and that's the height of the so-called white man's power. In 1938, Ben Yayakin earned a BS in civil engineering at the University of Puerto Rico. Yeah, BS degree.
I got a BS degree too.
And you know what? In this day and age now, people are waking up to them degrees. They're finding out it's full of, that they're all full of shit, those so-called degrees. Because you get them, and then when you graduate, you expect to get a job, and you can't even find a job. You know, people are saying it's better for you to get a trade, and that way, as soon as you graduate from trade school, you can go right into that trade instead of getting some BS degree. In 1939, a master's degree in architectural engineering from the University of Havana. He received doctoral degrees in cultural anthropology and Moorish history from the University of Havana and the University of Barcelona, Spain.
And the Moors have nothing to do with the Egyptians.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, so I want to read this scripture that I had because, Elder Tara said these guys, they pretty much get you and you follow anything because basically you don't do no studying. This is the book of Deuteronomy 32 and 15 on down to the 17th verse. But Jeshurun, which is another name for Israel, waxed fat and kicked. They are waxing fat, thou art grown thick, thou art fatness. Then he forsook the Most High, which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation. So when we came out of Egypt, we had great substance. The Lord allowed us to get land from the Canaanites, and Israel. They once they got rich, they basically sat back and kicked and forgot about the Lord. It says they provoked him to jealousy with strange gods, and that's the reason why they were worshiping all those different gods, because they provoked the Lord to jealousy. Like this guy Polite talking about, how can you say that the Igbos are Hebrews when they were worshiping all different kind of gods and deities? Well, Israel was worshiping all kind of gods and deities. It says they provoked him to jealousy with strange gods, with abominations provoked they him to anger, from all the stuff that they were doing, that them heathen tribes and nations were doing. It says they sacrificed unto devils, not to the Most High, to gods whom they knew not, to new gods that came newly up, whom your fathers feared not. So even at that time, there were new gods that were being brought up that they were worshiping, just like today. You give them all these different gods to worship, Ra, the sun god, and this particular god, and that particular god. Any new god that comes up, you put a little script together and forge or bring up some BS documents that the white man put together and say this is the new religion. Guess what? You're gonna have black people following that. You're gonna have Puerto Ricans following it.
Why? Because they don't research, man. Right. Hey, like I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna read this. This is dealing with Dr. York. And it says aliases, right? It says York has been known by a multitude of aliases over the years, many of which he used simultaneously, including the following. How you going to trust a man that got 60 damn names? Huh? You know what I call that? A damn scam artist, man. Okay, his first name is Dr. York. Next is Malachi Z. York. Next is Dr. Malachi C. York L. Because he became a Moor when the Moor thing came on the scene. H.E. Dr. Malachi Kobana York, or Yorkie. H.E. Dr. Malachi Kobana Okran. Imperial Grand Pontificate Noble Reverend Dr. Malachi Z. York, 33 degrees / 720 degrees. I guess that's a Mason. Other name, Counsel General Dr. Malachi Z. York. Grand L. Mufti. Divine Noble Reverend Dr. Malachi Z. York L. Malachi Zodak. Malachi Sidak. Naya Malachazadak L. Malachi Zodak, Malachi Zodek, Amon Nudi Ra'akta. Bear with me. Amon Nudi Ra'kapta. Amon Nudi Rakapta. There's three names that sound the same, but they're spelled differently, all right? Amun Nubi Ri Ankta. Amun Nebu Rikta. Amun Niburi. As Said El Iman S El Hadi El Mahdi. Asid El El Iman Isa. I remember when he was Iman Isa. That's what I remember, the nigga. Isa El Hay El Mahdi. Isa Abd Allah Ibn Abu. Ibn means son of, and Abu means father. So Ibn Abu means son of the father. Bakar Muhammad. Isa El Hadi El Mahdi. Isa Muhammad. I'm gonna take a break. You go ahead. You got to read all this now.
Wow. That's just a little dent. That's a little dent.
I remember I was around when he changed his name, man. I used to get on them guys. The nigga last year he had a different name. Well, that's, you change your name when you teach a different mastery. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, dog. Come on, man. You telling me this man ain't no scam artist? And while this dude was in jail, going for trial, I believe, and I'm going to read it, he was visited by 3 aliens, man, from another star system. They went to the graves. And I'm going to give you their names. He named them, too. He said, oh, these are the three general aliens that came and visited me when I was 7 years old. And he said that they don't age. Y'all better start checking shit, man. Hey, when you go back to Jim Jones, right? They said that he was a CIA agent that wanted to do an experiment to see how many people he can deceive. Who did he deceive the most? The black woman. The majority of the people that was found dead down there were black women and their children, man. So the black woman is easy to deceive, man.
This is the book of Proverbs 24 and 21. It says, my son, fear thou the Lord and the king, and meddle not with them that are given to change.
Now, when you go to the Hebrew for the word change, if you go to that Hebrew, if you read the word for change, it goes into it.
The Hebrew word there is shana, and it says to alter, to repeat, do again, change, alter, to be repeated, to disguise oneself. Yeah, that's exactly what that guy, Dr. York, has done and is doing. He's still floating around.
All right, this is back to the names, this long-ass list of names. Abba Isa, Abba Isa, Isa Abdullah, Akhtar Isa Abdullah, Isa al-Masih, Imam Isa Abu Bakar, Al-Hajj Al-Imam Isa, Al-Hajj Al-Imam Isa Abd Allah, Muhammad Al-Mahdi, Isa Alibad Mahdi, the angel Michael the Great, and Marduk Gal, which Marduk was the main god of the Babylonians, and Marduk Al-Kubt, Kapt, yep, Al-Qadir, the green one, the one, Yanun, Ya'anun.
Anybody follow this guy is a damn fool, man. The green one. The green one.
And the last one on the second part of this list is Rabboni Didi. And then there's a third list. You want me to read the third list?
Don't worry about it. But anyway, say something. Somebody say something. I'm going to go read some more about this.
I hear that word Rabboni. It reminds me of what Yahweh Shai said. Be not called rabbi, for one is your master. You know, right. So
yeah, that's what the word Rabboni means.
Yeah, Rabboni means, it tells you in the scriptures that it's to interpret master. And Yahweh Shai said it best. He said, be not called master, one is your master. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And that's the problem. I got a quick scripture here. I'll just read it. This is the book of Judges 10 and 13. And it's pertaining to you niggas out there, which you are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. All right. It says, Judges 10 and 13, it says, yet ye have forsaken me and served other gods. Wherefore I will deliver you no more. So that time we're coming into the time of the hour of martial law. You will find out the Lord will not deliver you. All right? You're going to be destroyed during that time. It says, go and cry unto the gods which you have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation. Now, in the book of Jeremiah 30:7, it says, a time of trouble is coming unto you tribes out there. All right, so those of you that reject the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, he says, go and cry unto your gods, whatever God you accepted and rejected him, whatever God you accepted, he said to go and cry unto the gods which you have chosen. Let them deliver you in the time of your tribulation.
I got a quick precept. This is you guys, man, into all that madness, man. That's what it is. It's just madness. This is our Proverbs 18:1. Through desire, a man, having separated himself, seeketh and intermeddleth with all wisdom. So that's what you guys are doing. You're seeking and intermeddling with all kind of wisdom, and you have no foundation. Because you got a little bit from here, you got a little bit from over there, you got a little bit from here, which is what Polite was telling, in that the weigh-in. He was telling the other brother, the priest, I forget the brother's name, starts with a Yah. And basically he was saying that he get a little of this, a little of that, to become the original man. Just basically paraphrasing, So the scriptures say...
All it does, a little of this and a little of that, makes you the confused man. All right? But let me just say this here. I want you to read this, okay? Start from there and go to the next page.
Okay, this is on Dr. Malachi Z. York. In October 2004, York wrote a letter from prison to his followers that read in part, on August 12, 2004, just days before court, 3 visitors came to me, Krill, Alomar, and Saad. The Saad from... They healed me. It said they healed me. They came from Zeta Reticuli.
Now go to that. I'm going to show you where that star system is from. A star system. That's the same star system that if you watch the movie what's that one? What's that of the third kind? Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Remember that ship that came, the mothership that came down, them little gray men? Those are they're from that star system, okay? Zeta Reticuli. Yeah, spell that.
Zeta, Z-E-T-A. Reticula is R-E-T-I-C-U-L-I.
Okay.
Zeta Reticuli is the Bayer designation for a wide binary star system in the southern constellation of Reticulum. From the southern hemisphere, the pair can be seen.
And this is something that nigga would say, man, because he used to go all into that. He used to go into the 17 universes and all this nonsense, man. Well, I know for a fact that he did say that the Archangel Michael will come down and teach class every Wednesday night.
It says, from the southern hemisphere, the pair can be seen as a naked-eyed double star in a very dark skies. Based upon parallax measurements, this system is located at the distance of about 39 light years, as 12 parsecs from the Earth. Zeta Reticuli is orbited by a circumstellar debris disk. Both stars are solar analogs that share similar characteristics with the Sun. They belong to Zeta Herculis moving group of stars that share a common origin.
That's all you need.
Yeah. So basically a star system that...
they came down to prison to visit him, healed them, but they couldn't break him out of prison.
Right.
They broke the Apostle Paul out of prison. The angel came down. They broke Peter out of prison.
That's right. I got a quick precept, if I may. This is pertaining to you niggas. You follow a clown like that. Ephesians, the 4th chapter, the 14th verse, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro. Like Polite, he made a statement. He said he takes a little of this and a little of that. So he's likened to a child who's,
which proves that he's confused,
Right.
because all that stuff they talk about Egyptology and they study the ways of the ancient Egyptians, and they know every little thing about the Egyptians. But I asked them one question and made them just stop.
right.
You can hear a pin drop. I said, who are the descendants of the ancient Egyptians today?
Mm-hmm.
And they had no answer for me. And I had to answer it for them.
That's right. Yeah, that is true. It says that we henceforth be no more children. Now, this directed to us that know the truth. That we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men. You know, like a magician. You know, if you don't know the secret of his tricks, you'll be amazed at his tricks.
That's right. That's right.
All right? But once you know the secret,
Even as a child, man, I've never been amazed at them tricks, man. I always said, how did this guy do that?
Yeah, kind of.
Everybody's, wow.
Yeah.
I said, I'm looking at, I said, how the
That's it.
fuck this nigga do that, man?
Yeah,
You know?
That's it.
That's my, but you know what? A nigga gets caught up in shit, man.
That's right.
You get caught up in the hoopla.
Yeah, and the hubbub. Like before green screen came out and blue screen, you see him do that stuff on the movies, you'd be all amazed at it. Some of you are still amazed. But you have, every now and then, you have the guy who does investigation, and he find out, oh, they do it with the green screen. They film it on the back of a green screen, or with a green screen background or blue screen background. Oh, that's how they do that stuff.
You niggas are stupid, man.
That's
when I
how-
say niggas, I'm talking about all you tribes. You Puerto Rican niggas, you Mexican niggas,
That's right.
you Colombian niggas,
That's right.
all right? You Haitian niggas, all of yous.
Yeah, and you niggas, you don't have no excuse, man. We're in the time of information. All right? The scriptures say in the book of Daniel, it says in the 12th chapter, it says, knowledge shall be increased. All right? You know what that means? That means we're in the day of the information age. Like Elder Tar always says, it's worth a Google. But do you niggas Google anything? Hell no. But you'll be the first to talk shit,
Oh,
man.
they don't Google shit because it's from the white man.
Yeah.
But your teachers, they go to Google.
Right.
But they don't tell you that.
Right. Anyway, I'll finish the scripture. It says, Ephesians 4:14, that we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro. And you serious-minded brothers in GMS, that's what you becoming. That
You look the word children.
Yeah. You're not going to be tossed to and fro because we're not going to teach any bullshit here, you know. Children, it says, here's the Greek.
Strong's G 3516. Napios. Napios.
It says, an infant, little child, a minor, not of age. Metaphor, childish, untaught, unskilled. That's what it means. Metaphor, childish, untaught, unskilled.
Yeah, because if them guys happen to come down today, anything that they give me, any book that they mention, anything that they mention, I'm going to go and research it, man. And I'm going to go deeper into it than they go into it. And I'm going to confound it, man.
That's right.
And we know Polite ain't right because his foundation ain't right. Because who is his master? A damn scam artist, man.
Yeah, flim.
That's doing the flim flam man. That's doing 135 years, which I don't even believe that.
Right.
I believe they're saying that he's locked up, but he's back out because that dude had a lot of money.
Right.
All right?
That's right.
And above all things, he was sentenced and locked up for, of all things, child molestation.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's right.
The
Yeah.
same thing you guys are trying to.
And that's why Yahweh Ba Shem Yahweh Shai, when the Most High brings judgment, man,
Kind
man, when the Most High bring that judgment on our people, man, and on you women, you gonna be shitting in your pants, peeing on yourself. You're gonna be bugging out because you have no foundation, and you're gonna call on whatever God that you call on, and that God, that false God that you call on, is not gonna help you, man. You can call on Ra all you want. You can call on Ra all you want, man. Ra is not going to help you.
Yeah, that's it. Ephesians 4:14, that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and carried about by every wind of doctrine, by the sleight of men, and cunning craftiness, whereby they lie in wait to deceive.
Yeah, and another thing with polite, right? He said the Israelites worship Tammuz. It's in Ezekiel the 8th chapter. And I said, yeah, they worship Tammuz. They worship other gods because they were being wicked. But what happened to they black asses when the Most High said, I'm going to deal with them? Give me the ninth chapter. This is what happened to them.
This is the book of, give me 1 second. This is the book of...
For what they did in Ezekiel the 8th chapter and worshiping Tammuz and worshiping them other gods and giving their kids to Molech, this is what the Most High did to them, man. And you know what? Start at the very top and read the whole chapter. And the Most High going to do that again.
Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 1. He cried also in mine ears with a loud voice, saying, cause them that have charge over the city to draw near, even every man with his destroying weapon in his hand.
That's talking about the angels. Go ahead.
And behold, 6 men came from the way of the higher gate, which lieth...
It's talking about angels, but angels come in the form of men. Go ahead.
Which lieth toward the north, and every man a slaughter weapon in his hand. And one man among them was clothed with linen, with a writer's inkhorn by his side, and they went in, and stood beside the brazen altar. And the glory of the Lord...
The brazen altar where they was, giving their babies, sacrificing their babies to Molech, weeping for Tammuz, praying and praising and cooking, baking cakes for the Queen of Heaven, which is found in the book of Jeremiah. You can get that and hold it in Jeremiah. Go ahead.
And the glory of the Most High, the power of Israel, was gone up from the cherub, whereupon he was, to the threshold of the house. And he called to the man clothed with linen, which had the writer's inkhorn by his side. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Now that mark, when you go to the translation, the mark there is thawa, which means to be exempt from judgment. In other words, put a seal on that man in his head that when the death angels come, they're not going to touch him. Okay, go ahead.
And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite.
So the ones that didn't have that mark because they were weeping for Tammuz and they were worshiping Molech and all these other the calf the golden calf that goes back to Egypt. That's how Jeroboam split the tribes, split the kingdom of Israel, man.
Which shows that they were worshiping those things from Egypt. Because where did they know how to worship that from? From Egypt. When just before Israel got kicked out of Samaria, or the northern kingdom got kicked out of Samaria, it says that they were worshiping these idols secretly. What idols? The idols of Egypt
and Babylon and the gods round about them.
That's right. Hold the mic, please. All right. It says go ye after him through the city and smite, means to kill. The word smite means to kill. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Because when the angels come to do the Lord's bidding, they don't have pity. That's why the Lord, during the time of King David, when Satan jumped on King David to number Israel, the Lord caused an angel to go through there, and start killing Israel. And the Lord has set a certain number that were going to be killed, but the angel was slaughtering them so heavy that the Most High had to pull the angel back. From fulfilling all the people he was supposed to kill, because the Most High had compassion.
Yeah, I believe it was 3 days. The Most High gave David, because he counted Israel, and the Most High gave David 3 choices, either to be run from your enemies for 3 months, I think it is, and there was, I think, famine for 3 years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was all on 3s.
Yeah, 3 years of famine. Or 3 days of the angel, jacking some of y'all up. So David said, I'll go with the 3 days because that's the quickest, right? But when the angel came down with such vigor that he damn near, I mean, he was going at it. When the angel, if the scriptures say the angels love to do the bidding of the will of the Most High. So if the Most High tell the angel to come down and destroy, he's not going to stop. And the only one that can intervene is the Most High. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And he's going to do it again. But the Most High is not going to pull the angel back this time. And not only is he going to have one angel, it's going to be an innumerable amount of angels, man. It tells you there's going to be weeping and gnashing of teeth. We are the only ones that have the truth. All those other Israelite groups, they don't have the truth. And the Most High is going to jack them up too. That goes for Johanna. That goes for Nate. That goes for all of them. We're the true men of the Most High. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
7 years of famine.
Wow, 7 years. That's why they didn't choose.
Yeah, 7 years of famine, 3 months to flee before the enemy, or 3 days of pestilence among Israel in the land. All right, so back in these...
The pestilence was the angel that came down. Yeah. And just started killing them. And then when the Lord pulled him back, David looked up and saw a giant sword swinging over his head up in the sky. When Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai shows himself, it's going to be the real deal. Okay, and I'm going to tell you just like it is. I'm not going to cry for you niggas either, man.
And that's just for counting Israel.
That's right. That's just, and the Most High made him count Israel. The Most High got his games. The Most High got his games, and we got our games. The Most High put the spirit on him. He used Satan. he had Satan go and tempt him and say, "Go ahead and count Israel, man." Mm-hmm. Then he got Joab to do it, and Joab said that's against the law. Mm-hmm. But David said, "Look, that's an order." So the Most High put the spirit on Satan to go deceive David, and then the Most High said, "Okay, since you did that, now I'm going to jack y'all up."
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, that's why it is written, "The fear of the Lord, the beginning of wisdom, is the fear of the Lord." That's why you're supposed to fear the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Yep, this is back in Ezekiel. This is 9 and 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women.
Yeah, because the attitude that you're supposed to have, man, if you in this truth, and when this deal goes down and your woman ain't right, fuck your woman. She ain't gonna make it. That bitch gonna die. Okay? Don't worry about it. You're gonna get women on the other side.
That's right. I cite Lot. You know, the attitude Lot had. Lot didn't turn around along with his wife to look back. Lot kept it moving, man.
Hey, Lot said, "Fuck that bitch."
That's what he said initially.
He didn't really say it, but that was the attitude, I suppose.
That's the attitude. You might as well have said it.
I told that dumb hoe not to turn around.
Yep.
What did the bitch do? Her stupid ass turned around.
That's right.
His actions basically said that. You know, like they say, actions speak louder than words. It says, "Slay utterly old and young, no matter how old you are or how young you are, both maids, which are virgins, you know, young women, young babies, and little children."
Yeah, you see old and young babies.
Yep.
Man,
a lot of you niggas are gonna bug out when the Most High shows his work, his strange work.
That's it. And we should note that none of these other groups are talking like that. All right, that's why Elder Tar made that statement. We're the only ones that got the truth, and it's a bold statement, but it's a factual statement.
It says, "and women." So if these women are so that you guys call are so divine, why does the Lord keep emphasizing them? Especially it says, "Slay utterly old and young, both maids," which are women, you know, young women. Some of them may be virgins or whatever the case may be, and little children, both boys and girls. It says, "and women." He keeps stressing on the women. If these women are so divine as you say they are, why does the Lord keep stressing on putting them to death? Yep. It says, "But come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and begin at my sanctuary." Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. back then, those when you go and read the 8th chapter, as Elder Torah was pointing out to you, they had the ancients of Israel that were worshiping these different deities and idols, these false gods, right? The priests. So the Lord said, begin with them. So on this time now, the Lord's going to begin with them that know that they're Israelites and that are being wicked and that are doing all manner of evil, you know, that are committing adultery, you know. And the Lord's going to deal with them. It says, but then it says, come not near any man upon whom is the mark. What mark? This knowledge, which is going to be your exemption. This word is what's going to save you. All right? It says, and he said unto them, defile the house and fill the courts with the slain. Go ye forth. And they went forth and slew in the city. All right? So that's what happened when they were, see, because, see, the thing is, the people out there don't know the story of the scriptures about, you know, the women weeping for Tammuz or worshiping the Queen of Heaven and all that stuff. So when he mentioned Tammuz, what is Tammuz doing in your Bible? Well, the reason why Tammuz was in there was because Israel was worshiping those gods that they got from Egypt, that were on the other side of the flood, that Abraham's father Terah was worshiping, and other people back then were worshiping. All those gods, all those idols, should I say, every nation that ever came on the scene, they just incorporated the gods of the previous kingdom, and all they did was just gave them different names. But if you go back to the origins of them, they all go back to the very beginning with them nations that were ruling. It's specifically the Babylonian Empire, you know, and then you had the Sumerians, you had other nations out there that had different gods, but they were being worshipped throughout the different ages and different kingdoms.
Yeah, to back you up, brother, Tammuz, the modern day version of Tammuz is Caesar Borgia, man.
That's right.
All right, that's the modern day version of Tammuz. And who's majority of individuals, who are the ones that's worshiping Caesar Borgia? You tribes, man.
Yep.
You know, in particular, you so-called Ephraimites,
Yep.
or you so-called Puerto Ricans who are really Ephraimites.
Latin tribes, yeah.
You Latin tribes, you worship Caesar Borgia. That's Tammuz. That's who you're worshiping. Now,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead, brother.
Just one quick. This is Psalms 96:5. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord Yahweh made the heavens. So all these different gods of these nations, they're all idols.
Yep.
That's all they are, just idols. That's why when they brought the Ark of the Covenant in with Dagon, what happened? The Lord caused Dagon to fall on his face. And then the second time he caused him to fall, his head broke off and the hands broke off. You know, so if this guy Dagon was really a god, how come he couldn't save himself? How come he couldn't stop the Lord from knocking his ass down to the ground? You know, yeah, he should have been able to get back up and his hands grow back on him and his head just come back and be put right in his proper place.
That's it.
But it's not going to do that. You know why? Because those are just idols. And that's why the Most High was so pissed off and angry with Israel, because here it is, they were worshiping a nothing.
That's why the Lord's going to, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai going to get busy on you niggas, man. You think this is a joke. It's not going to be a joke when the Most High gets busy. When the Most High shows himself, his fierce anger, and it's going to happen very soon, man. All hell is getting ready to break loose. And guess what? I can't wait. Yeah. I hope it happens tonight.
Yeah.
You know?
That's right, brother. That's right. Because Elder
Anyway,
Ram,
I'm going to read this right quick.
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 30, and I'm gonna jump around. It says, woe to the rebellious children, talking about you Israelites, saith the Lord, that taketh counsel, but not of me, and that covereth with a covering, but not of my spirit. Like guys like Polite and Sarah Suit Seti and Sa-Netta and Alim and Tariq Bey and all these other guys. The Most High is going to destroy every last one of you, man, if you don't get your act together. That goes for all of you. If y'all watching us, you better keep watching us, and you better keep taking notes and learning, all right? If you're of the elect, it says, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked of my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. You pushing that Pharaoh bullshit. Do you know how much the Most High want to tear your fucking head off, man? The only reason why he's not doing that, because he's waiting for the opportune time. Prophecy's got to be fulfilled when he opens up on your ass. All right? Now it says here, like I said, I'm going to jump around a little bit. It says here that, and then let me say this, man. Any new people that we get, man, you coming through the ringer, man. Okay, you coming through the ringer. We're going to appoint a guy over you, and we're going to put stiff discipline on you to build your ass up, man. Okay? Because a nigga come to me talking about he want to join the camp. I said, what rock have you been under for the last 7 years, man? Huh? What planet did you just come from? Zeta Reticuli. See how stupid this is when you really go into... But like I said, and brother, that should be an actual saying, man. A nigga cannot research, man. A nigga can't go deep. A nigga cannot go deep. All right? That's why you hate us. Because we go deep. A nigga don't like to think either, man. Okay, it says... Okay, I'm going to jump down. It says, the 7th verse, Isaiah 30. For the Egyptians shall help in vain, and to no purpose. Therefore have I cried concerning this. Their strength is to sit still. 8th verse. Now go, write it before them in a table, and note it in a book. You notice it says a book, not a whole lot. Well, you guys only go into one book. The Most High says deal with one book.
Yeah, what book?
This is the book. It ain't the damn Epic of Gilgamesh, all right? Right. It ain't the damn Egyptian Book of the Dead. The Enuma Elish. It ain't the Kibrat Negas. Okay? It's not the coffin text. It's not the Quran. Write in the table and note in the book that it may be for the time to come forever and ever. That this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Most High. Now the rape thing of the woman, that's in the law. So they don't want to hear it. So now you got to hear the Most High. 10th verse, which say to the seers are also known as prophets, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. You want to hear it from us the way you want to hear it, man. That's why you say the GMS, they're the crazy, them old motherfuckers, they crazy, they this, that, and the other. That's the worst group. You know why you tag us as the worst group out there? Because we tell you like it is, man. We tell you the truth. The reason why them guys don't know it because they're not deep, man. Number one, Nate, why in the hell is anybody following that nigga Nate? The nigga don't know the Hebrew. He don't know the Hebrew, he don't know the Greek, he can't break down all the scriptures, and that goes the same for Johanna and his men, man. But judgment is coming, man. And when it come, don't come running to me, nigga.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 5, verse 30. A wonderful and horrible thing is committed in the land. The prophets prophesy falsely, and the priests bear rule by their means. And my people love to have it so. And what will you do in the end thereof? What you gonna do when what's the end there? Because like one of the brothers, I forget which brother it was, they asked these guys, what are you guys doing? What is going to be the end of all this stuff? You know, you went to the Egyptology or whatever astronomical or astrological or whatever bullshit you went to. What's going to be of all of this? What's going to be the end of it?
They're going to have debates from here to 2050. Yeah. You know? They're going to be walking in crutches having debates. You know? You have Sarnetta, old as hell. We got over here. We got brother so-and-so. He's still around. He's in the faith. You know, you're going to have polite being strolled in a damn wheelchair getting fed applesauce and shit, you know? Dribbling while come on, we ain't thinking like that, man. We ain't thinking like that, man. We ain't thinking about 20 years from now, man. You guys don't have an end to what y'all are into, man. But I'm gonna tell you what your end is. If you don't get yourself right and you don't come and follow the men of the Lord, which are us, the Most High gonna kill your ass. Straight up. So you got a choice to make, man. You got a choice to make.
Yeah, because Elder Ramlab was reading Ezekiel, the 9th chapter. Now, when you go back in the 8th verse, because this is the time we're approaching, the time of destruction, it says, and it came to pass while they were slain, meaning the angels, because the angel got the commandment to slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children. And it came to pass while they were slaying them, and I was left, this is Ezekiel speaking, that I fell upon my face and cried and said, Ah, Lord, power, wilt thou destroy all the residue of Israel in thy pouring out of thy fury upon Jerusalem?
If that was me, I would probably say, yeah, kill them niggas. Good for them niggas. All right?
That was the attitude Ezekiel had when he saw the destruction, man. And that's what's
because it was so devastating, man.
Exactly.
See, the Lord haven't showed his bad side, so to speak.
Yeah.
The Lord haven't showed what he can do. I see these lost souls all out here, man, walking around like everything's okay. But everything ain't okay, man. The shit's about to hit the fan very soon, man.
That's right. And remember what the Lord said. He said he is angry with the wicked every day. That's the so-called white man. All right? And 2/3 of you Israelites, you're the wicked too. Because Yahushua said, ye of your father the devil, the lust of your father you will do. So you're the wicked too. 2/3 of you. Reading on, it says, then said he unto me, the iniquity of the house of Israel and Judah is exceeding great, as it is right now. And the land is full of blood, the same thing. And the city full of perverseness. For they say the Lord hath forsaken the earth, and the Lord seeth it not. That's why you have all these Israelites worshiping all these different philosophies and not thinking that the Lord is going to call them on that. All right? And as for me also, mine eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense their way upon their head. So, you know, I wanted to read that to show you just how angry the Lord was back then, and he's just as angry now, probably even more so. All right? So he's going to bring that judgment.
Yeah, he said you people are smoking his nose. This is Proverbs 16:25. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. You know, so you keep following that, whatever madness that is that you're following, the end of that whole thing is the ways of death. Death and destruction. Because if either you're going to be destroyed by beast, or you're going to be destroyed by the sword, or you're going to be destroyed by famine.
Oh, and they got this thing about you Israel, you Hebrew Israelite, eat your babies. Guess what? The Most High might make it where you eat your babies, man. Because everything going to be shut off in the society, man. And cannibalism's coming back. So you might eat your babies, and you're going to think about how much you said Hebrew Israelites, you guys like to eat your babies. That shows you that you, like that's something that we did. Yeah. You know? Yeah. We had a certain day where all the Israelites, seasoned up their kids and ate them, man. That shows you polite. You don't know the scriptures, man. You don't know the scriptures. That's why when you brought out 2 Kings, the 17th chapter, and I went into it, you didn't want to deal with it, man. You said, let's go into something else. Because you don't know the scriptures. Talking about I'm going to use their scriptures against them. And then you got emotional, man. Because after you read about the rape thing, you said, now after you read that, you still going to follow that God? I said, well, it's whatever the Lord says, man. The Lord says. It's going to get real, man. It's going to get real on you niggas, man. And the Most High has set us up to preach this word, man. To warn you. Whether you hear or for a beer. And I already see a lot of you people. Hey, the girl out there in Detroit, that cracker blew her fucking head off, man. And guess what? They arrested the cracker, then they let the cracker go. Guess what? Ain't nothing gonna come of that, man. Ain't nothing gonna come of that. They ain't gonna blow away that's another Trayvon Martin incident, man. As long as it's the white man on the other end of the damn gun, ain't nothing gonna happen to that dude, man. Because he can always say, well, she lunged at me. She's trying to rob me. She can't speak for herself. She dead. Dead men tell no tales. And that applies to women too.
All right, this is the book of 2nd Ezra in the Apocrypha, chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulity of them that trouble thee, that speak against thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. You know, and speaking of wickedness, there's a lot of wickedness that those African tribes are doing back then. They were into homosexuality. They were into bestiality. They weren't women dealing with each other.
Wouldn't say that, man. Yeah. They wouldn't say that.
Yeah, the first homosexuals were so-called Africans, the Canaanites, Sodom and Gomorrah. And why do you think the Lord destroyed those cities? Because they were being homosexuals. They were being lesbians. They were into bestiality. They were into all kind of inordinate sexual.
Yeah, like Pompeii got destroyed by that erupting volcano. Mount Vesuvius erupted, and you know, they had people that you know, with their kids and all that, and they were frozen in time. Now they were saying, somebody was telling me that back then, that's where the theater came. The concept of the theater was really big, or that's what they say the origins of the theater came out of that. Well, in the theater, you know, that's a lot of sex involved in that. So now when these archaeologists went and dug, they found paintings on the wall of a man being bent over with another man popping him, man. And that was big. A lot of sexual art. So they went as far as they can go in wickedness, and the Most High took them out. Now what's happening over here in America? They're passing laws where it says it's all right for a man to marry a man and a woman to marry a woman. And the figurehead of all that is Barack Obama, which he's a homosexual any goddamn way. You know, if he's so proud of being a Mo, why don't he come out the damn closet? Okay? Now, when that happens, that's when the Most High takes a place out. Give me that in Peters, please. That's when the Most High takes a man out, or takes a system out, man. Rome, what happened in Rome? You had orgies. You had a lot of homosexuality, lesbianism. You had a lot of bestiality. You had plain wickedness, man. Go ahead, Op.
This is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 5. And spared not the old world, but saved Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that after should live ungodly.
In other words, if you live like that, if you have a society where you allow your men to marry men, your women to marry women, for men to lay with beasts, stick gerbils up their ass and all that, the Most High is going to destroy that system. So the Most High is this close to destroying America. And America is going to be destroyed by a thermonuclear a war that's going to take place between them and Russia and other nations, man. Why do you think they're all down there in the Middle East? They stayed down there in the Middle East, man. Anyway, y'all better wake up. We're going to keep pushing this word. The ones of you that get it and you of the elect, you're going to make it. The ones of you that don't get it, you're going to die. You and your families, plain and simple. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.